Kò sógun á níbo ló lọ. Kò sógun káwọ́ lérí jẹ́sẹ̀. Ẹ má ṣe o bàbá. Ó wá láti wá tún ayé tó ti bàjẹ́ ṣe. Wo bó ṣe dé tó ń dárí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ̀ jì ní lọ́bìbá o. Wo bó ṣe dé tó ń ṣàánú gbogbo ẹ̀dá pátá. Ibikíbi tó lọ ló ti ṣàánú. Ó débí ó gbàánú wọlé. Ó débí ó gbàánú wọlé o. Èrò tó ń lọ lọ́nà ẹgbàánú Olúwa. Aláìsàn ẹgbà àlàáfíà o. Aláàtí ògbé ẹgbàrà pípé. Aláìsàn ẹ dìde gbé àkéte. Ìyẹn dé kí gbogbo rí kó tẹríba. Ìyẹn dé kí gbogbo òkùnkùn kó tẹríba o. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ dé kí gbogbo òkùnkùn kó tẹríba o. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ ẹni tó ń bẹ nínú òkùnkùn ẹ wá rí mọ́lẹ̀. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ dé ẹ wá rí mọ́lẹ̀. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ dé ìmọ́lẹ̀ ẹ wá rí mọ́lẹ̀.
Jam your hands together for Jesus. Thank you so much, DYD Choir. Thank you very much. God bless you. Please have your seat in the presence of God. DYD. Come on, this is not how Ibadan youth. We take it up for Christ. DYD. You are waking up. DYD. What is your new name? Overflowing abundance. That is my new name. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, this is my time. Don't distract me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a very, very important session. And that's why we have invited the DYD Choir to help saturate the environment even before we go into the next session. Our facilitator is here and is ready for us to be blessed. I am very, very humbled and privileged to welcome to this auditorium our guest facilitator for today, who is no other person that will be taking us in a career development talk for the next couple of minutes. I want you to grab your pens and writing pads to be blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Mr. Kunle Sopeju. Jam your hands together. Permit me to read a few words about Mr. Kunle Sopeju. Probably that applause will increase while I am done. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Tough Spreadsheet Academy, Ibadan. Tough Spreadsheet is a training and consulting outfit in sales, data analysis, and business intelligence. Mr. Sopeju regularly offers his services as a resource person to training and consulting outfits in sales and data analysis. He's a faculty member and consultant with Actors Bridge Consulting Limited in Lagos, Nigeria. He's also an adjunct lecturer and facilitator in University of Ibadan, the nation's premier university. He's particularly interested in bridging the data science gap, and his favorite data analysis tools are Python programming language for data analysis, MS Excel, Power Query, and M language, Power Pivot with DAX, and of course, Power BI. Mr. Kunle has Over 25 years of work experience, having worked in the pharmaceuticals, fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, and telecommunications both in Nigeria and Ghana. During his career, he had developed various analytical and business intelligence skills. He is a certified tutor of both Institute of Sales Management, UK, and Cambridge Professional Academy, UK. He holds an MBA in marketing and an MSc in computer science, both from the University of Lagos. A postgraduate diploma in computer science from the University of Benin, and a B.Pharm Honors degree from University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University in 1986. Those accolades belongs to no other person than Mr. Kunle Sopeju, who also holds a certificate in public relations, advertising and marketing from Ghana Institute of Journalism, Accra, Ghana, and has at various times attended courses within and outside the country. Mr. Kunle Sopeju and his family are parishioners at Manuel Anglican Church, Ashibado, and their membership of the parish is over 20 years and got an honorary auditor's position for 15 years and is currently a member of the choir committee since 2022. He was born about 60 years ago, precisely on a Tuesday, September 12, 1961, in Oderemo, Ogun State. Gentlemen and ladies, Mr. Sopeju is married to pharmacist Mrs. Titi Lope Bosse Sopeju, and they are blessed with beautiful children. Without wasting much of your time, permit me to welcome Mr. Kunle Sopeju.
Please sit down, sit down. Down. DYD. DYD. Praise the Lord. It's good to be here. Apparently, this is my first time of joining DYD in their meeting. And the organizer told me it's going to be a panel discussion. And I just find myself alone now. So I wanted to ask Bayonle, where are the panel members? But it seems to be, it's going to be only me, okay? When I was contacted by Brother Piton, and I asked him, what do you want me to say? He said he wanted me to share my career path with you. If he has talked about career development, maybe I will have a different thing which I'm going to present here today. But I won't take too much of your time because I understand I only have about 1 hour or 30 minutes. What I've done is I've talked to some few people. One of my colleagues, we were both in the University of Ife in the 80s. He left in 1985, I left in 1986. This year in October, we have the 60th anniversary of Great Ife Pharmacy. And he was asked to talk on his career path. So I contacted him and I asked him, can I go ahead and use your discussion or your video which you made for the 60th anniversary? And he said yes. So what we're going to do first of all is to listen to that video. Get your paper and pen. He talks about 9 lessons he learned. One of the things I will ask you to do is this. Because the video is a very fast video, just for about 15 or 19 minutes, not up to 20 minutes. Get a friend of yours. When the person is writing the first lesson, you will be writing the second lesson. I don't know whether you're getting me. When the person beside you is writing first lesson, tell the person not to write anything. So when they are talking about second lesson, while you are still writing your first lesson, he will write the second lesson. Are you getting me? Then again, when I talk to him, I think we even now have the video on YouTube. So I'm going to give you the directory to it so that we listen to it. It's very important we listen to it. When we listen to it, I want you to ask questions, then we talk about it. You can now see what we want to discuss, because just like my letter says, read that Bible. Sorry, I just. The theme of the panel discussion this afternoon is going to be achieving a sustainable career success. Achieving a sustainable career success. Comparative analysis of industrial economy and the connected or knowledge economy. Media, are we ready? Media. Media, please. Are we ready? Okay. Let me know when we are ready. So let's go over it again. It says, achieving a sustainable career success. Comparative analysis of industrial economy and connected knowledge. Let's go back to history and look at industrial revolution. Okay? The first industrial revolution was between 1750 and 1820. And some people say it's between 1760 and 1840. And what was it that we're talking about when we talk about the first industrial revolution? We're talking about the advent of getting coal and the use of steam engine. Let me repeat it. Steam engine. I don't know whether any one of you know any steam engine today, except if you see it in history. The industrial revolution again moves to what we call the second industrial revolution, where we begin to talk about machineries, we discovered electricity, and we discovered steel production. Okay? Then, that's what we are until about 1914, when the Civil War started, when the World War started. Immediately after the World War, we begin to talk about the digital revolution, which came in place around 1950. So what we are enjoying today does not just start yesterday. It started some years back, like 1950. That's when we have the digital revolution. But again, right now, we have what we call Industrial Revolution 4.0. Remember, we have the first Industrial Revolution, which I call IR 1.0, which has to do with steam engine and the discovery of coal. IR 2.0, that's Second Industrial Revolution, which talks about machineries, electricity, and steel production. Then we talk about the digital revolution, that's IR 3.0. Today, we are talking about the fourth industrial revolution, where we're talking about connectivity, robotics, artificial intelligence. So we're really talking about the rise of data. That's the first one we're talking about today. So when we talk about the industrial revolution, which many of you are aware of, it's what we're talking about now. We're talking about modeling, simulation, Internet of Things, sensor data integration, cyber security, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now, the lessons which my colleague mentioned, we have about the same trajectory in career. I trained as a pharmacist, but today I train people in data science. Don't ask me any question, I will explain myself. I trained as a pharmacist. I want you to get that clear. Today, I train people in data science. Then the question is, how did you move to that level? Some of the things I want to let you know, which my colleague, once they play the tape, you'll be able to listen to. We have 9 lessons from his own career trajectory. The first one is that life opportunity will not always present itself to you the way you expect. What does that mean? If you have been to the university or you have not been to the university, and some people say when you have a BA, BA means what? Begin again. Ask so many people who works in the bank today. if you have friends, if you have aunties, uncles who probably work in the bank today, I can assure you 6 out of 10 of them never read banking and finance. Is that right? Can you confirm that? If you have 10 people working in the banking sector today, I can assure you 6 out of 10 never had a degree in banking and finance. Then how come they are working in the banking sector? How come they are working in the banking sector? So when we begin to talk about career development, it simply means we need to move with the time. We need to move with the time. And nobody will tell you, go and learn how to do banking when you have read Greek. The only thing you need to do is to look for those opportunities that will allow you to work in a particular industry. Okay, are we ready? I would love you to watch this first because it's going to be very interesting. So the first lesson is that life opportunity will not always present itself to you the way you expect. What does that mean? You don't wake up and say, I heard there's an opportunity in data science, and you go for it. Or you go and read nursing, or you read medicine. You can still come to data science. It depends on how you want to handle it. I'm sorry, there's a lot of disruption. Or let me just continue. Maybe when they are ready, they will let me know when they are ready. Okay? So when it comes to career, take your time. If you are an undergraduate or a graduate, look at what you are doing currently. Look at where the opportunities are. See what you can do with the opportunity that avail itself. Why I want us to listen to this is because the same person you want to listen to is a pharmacist like me. Okay? In 1992, I think there was a lot of devaluation, the type of thing that happened about 6 months ago, where Naira from probably 268, 300 is now 1,000. What does that mean? It means that the market will shrink in terms of dollar terms. So if a market is 1 trillion, or let's say, yes, if a market were 1 trillion before, 1 trillion Naira, that will probably be about 3 billion US dollar. But when the exchange rates move from 300 to 1,000, that market shrinks. It becomes just $1 billion. So what do? What we are saying in essence is that that is a crisis. And in each of the crises, there is an opportunity. Are you all with me? So what I'm saying, the second lesson is that right now, as we speak, there's an opportunity for us young ones to latch on what is going on in the country. You will read in the papers, they will tell you some companies have left. Are you ready? Okay. Please just hold on. I will come back, we will review the whole thing. The short film is very fast. The guy, his name is Oluwakomu. Okay? Oluwakomu trained as a pharmacist. He worked in Glaxo. We both worked in Glaxo. He left Glaxo for FSH, Family Systems.
But we'll make the best out.
Okay, so let's listen to him.
I prepared for 30, but we'll make the best out of it. Good morning, everybody. My name is Oluwakomu. I want to talk to you about what I call 9 lessons for my career trajectory, and you too can travel very far yourself. Very briefly, just to quickly summarize, I'm not presenting a slide, you're going to go to see me. I graduated in 85, and over my career, let me acknowledge Mr. Alokpa there, my boss and MD at Glaxo. I worked for Glaxo as a med rep, after which I went to join Study Family Health as National Sales Manager, went on to join, worked in South Africa for PSI, also later worked in advertising for Inside Communication as Client Service Director, joined MTN as GM Consumer Marketing, worked for MTA, worked for Airtel as CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, worked for Bank PHB as Director of Retail Banking, and also as ED of Retail Banking at FCMB, and later recently as the President and Co-CEO of OPay Nigeria, which is a fintech. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is to see different things I've done over the course of my career, and to share with you those 9 key lessons which I thought would be very useful to you, especially as you are in school. The first thing is that we must acknowledge the grace of God in all that we do. No one knows anything except by grace. So it is only grace that leads us on our path. So the 9 key lessons, if you have a book, a notebook, and I expect you to have one, please take it down. Number 1 lesson number 1. Life opportunities will not always present itself to you the way you expect. You can only make the best of life opportunities by continuous and adaptive learning. I will repeat that. Lesson 1, life opportunities will not always present itself to you the way you expect. You can only make the best of life opportunities by continuous and adaptive learning. Not in my wildest dream, when I was at IFE, like you, or when I was graduating, did I ever think I would do things like telecoms, banking, or fintech? The only reason why I've been able to cross territories just graduating like a pharmacist like you, but the biggest dream you ever have will always be, maybe you can become the MD of a pharmaceutical company starting as a medical rep. Not in my wildest dream. And that's one key lesson I want to share with you, that the opportunities of life will not present itself the way you expect. To take the best advantage of them, you have to continuously and adaptively learn to take advantage of those opportunities, and we'll talk about them more. Lesson number 2, there are opportunities in the challenges and crises that career and life will throw at you. Lesson number 2, there are opportunities in the challenges and crises that career and life will throw at you. See, we are now talking of devaluation of the naira. But Mr. Alapa, our boss there in Glaxo, knows this very well, more than us. In the 1991-92, naira was devalued from 2 naira to 35 naira. I was driving from Lagos to Benin City, where I was based as a medical rep. And our price list changed 3 times between Lagos and Benin in that one day. So what happened was that the size of the pharmaceutical industry shrank, because obviously prices of prescription medicines got 5, 6, 7 times more expensive. What happened? The Roche, many of the companies at that time, the Swiffers, all of them began to leave Nigeria. And that meant job contracted. Opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry contracted. So the kind of things we are seeing. And what does that mean? Many of us have to find opportunities outside the pharmaceutical industry. In fact, if the pharmaceutical industry did not shrink in the 1990s or 1992, someone like myself, I probably would never discover my potential to do other things in telecoms, in advertising, in banking, and fintech. Because the industry shrank, it created, we have to learn and adapt to find new things to do and new opportunities where our sales skills could be used. And that's how some of us, Society of Family Health, and later on, someone like myself, I went to telecoms, another way for people tended to follow the track that I took by joining telecoms. Lesson number 2, the opportunities and challenges and crises in life will throw at you. Take advantage of it. 2, learn and adapt to the new opportunities evolving. Don't go to the tail of a wave that is winding down. Which waves are get onto it? Lesson number 3, you must have a high level of curiosity and self and environmental awareness to know the emerging opportunities around you and adapt to them and ride their waves. The environmental awareness of pharmacists is one of the lowest in the world. Even on campus, the 9 to 6 that we do does not let us to know what is going on. So the big problem of life after school of pharmacists is that their environmental awareness of the opportunities around them is very low. Just as the way they are living a cocoon life when they were in university is the way they're going to live a cocoon life when they graduate. Their friends are pharmacists and their enemies are doctors. All their life is situated around doctors and pharmacists. They don't know what is going on. And the other side of it is that when you combine the problem of low environmental awareness of pharmacists with the low self-awareness, not knowing how much you are worth. Self-awareness is knowing how much you are worth. So self-awareness is why, for example, you see outside school, a BSc nursing, a BSc sociology graduate will go and take a master's in public health and join UNICEF and USAID. People who have a lower score than pharmacists, and they will become director in public health, director in USAID, in UNICEF. But pharmacists are still seated in the community pharmacy because they do not know what they are worth. The self-awareness is very low. If a BSc chemistry and engineering graduate or geology graduate are founders of fintech, you can also do the same because these guys scored a lower grade than you in JAMB, for example. So you must have a high level of curiosity, self and environmental awareness to know the emerging opportunities around you. Start changing your personal narrative today, that you will not be a cocoon pharmacist now that you are in school. People like Samuel Isaiah, who was the founder of Leadership newspaper, used to be editor-in-chief of Past Journal, just like you, sitting down there. Patrick Yamabo today, who is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, ED Finance of First Bank, used to be a pharmacist student like you, University of Benin. Miriam Olusoya, the managing director of GT Bank today, used to be a pharmacy student at University of Ibadan, just like you. Adiola Ayola, the CEO of Pharmacy Africa, a pharmacy tech company, pharmacy e-commerce, used to be a pharmacy student like you, graduated from this same OAU in 2016, 7 years ago. If you cocooned yourself as a pharmacist, you have no awareness of who you are and what you are worth, and the opportunities around you, you will graduate and continue to live a cocoon life as a pharmacist. And that's something you must learn in terms of lesson. That was the lesson I want to share with you. Lesson number 4. To continuously learn and adaptively learn, you have to know what you don't know. That is the real superior knowledge. Number 4, I repeat, to continuously learn and adaptively learn, you have to know what you don't know. That is the real superior knowledge. What you know is knowledge, but real superior knowledge is knowing what you don't know. When you don't know what you don't know, you will not know what you need to know and the actions you need to take to know what you don't know, and take advantage of the broader opportunities that life will present to you. Lesson number 5. Build adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge and continuously expand your adjacent knowledge in response to life opportunities. Your adjacent knowledge will become the knowledge bridge that will enable you to cross to new territories. Dr. Ojo told you about taking new degrees, new certificates. So this is more or less something similar. Build adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge. You're a pharmacist. But what are the adjacent knowledge to pharmacy that will enable you to build knowledge bridges to cross into new territories of opportunities? For example, in my case, I learned marketing that was adjacent to pharmacy as a medrep, as a sales and marketing manager in Glaxo. That marketing enabled me to cross from pharmaceutical industry to advertising and later to telecoms. In telecoms, I learned adjacent to marketing that I brought there. I learned retail and strategy, which enabled me to cross to retail banking. And when I was in retail banking in Bank PHB and FCMB as executive director, I learned technology and IT, which enabled me to cross to fintech and join OPE as CEO. So lesson number 5, build adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge and continuously expand your adjacent knowledge in response to life opportunities. Your adjacent knowledge will become the knowledge bridge that will enable you to cross to new territory. That is the whole concept of adaptive learning. If you do not adaptively learn, you will suboptimize your opportunities in life. Lesson number 6. You cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary and long-term compensation, that is pricing, as a pharmacist, is a function of the size of the pharmaceutical industry, demand, and the supply of pharmacists. Number 6, lesson 6, you cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary and long-term compensation, pricing, your pricing as a pharmacist is a function of the size of the pharma industry, demand, and the supply of pharmacists. This is the only way you can understand the kind of compensation young pharmacists are getting today. If you want your story to be different, you must learn how to get into a bigger ocean and grow. Lesson number 7. Even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, unless you are exposed to business practices and knowledge outside the pharmaceutical industry, you are likely to just be a regular pharmacist. Lesson 7, even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, unless you are exposed to business practices and knowledge outside the pharmaceutical industry, you are likely to just be a regular pharmacist. Examples of this are people like Chris Ehime. Pharmacist Chris Ehime, who is the managing director of Net Pharmacy, one of the big retail pharmacy chains that we have in Nigeria today. I used to be an ex-med rep in Sterling, later worked for Globacom, where he learned retail, later worked for Bank PHB, where he learned retail banking. All these experiences, he came back to apply it to Net Pharmacy and scale the business when he returned to that business. So if you need to tap into knowledge and practice outside the pharmaceutical industry to even be a successful pharmacist beyond the regular pharmacist. Mrs. Joke Bakari, who also has a solid business network outside pharmacy, running MedPlus, like with the practice of a modern retail chain. So that is lesson number 7. Even if you stay as a pharmacist, unless you explore business practices outside pharmacy, you will just be a regular, ordinary pharmacist. Lesson number 8, one of the most important things I want to talk about today. Lesson number 8, the tech industry, the technology industry is 100 times bigger than pharmaceutical industry and is still growing. The opportunities in tech industry will surpass pharmaceutical industry. You must learn technology skills and join the way. It will make you travel further than what pharmaceutical industry may give you. We are talking as brothers and sisters, and I'm speaking to you from my heart so that you learn what I have learned and you can travel further. 7 out of the 10 biggest companies in the world today by market capitalization are tech companies. Our market capitalization is what they call the estimation of the future cash flows of those industries brought forward to today. So for some of you who are going to do MBA and land finance, 7 out of the 10 biggest market companies today in the world by market capitalization today are tech companies. One of them is a finance company, one of them is an oil company, and only one, Eli Lilly, is a pharmaceutical company. 7 are tech companies. Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Amazon, those are the companies that you find out of the top 10 pharmaceutical companies in the world. Apple is $2.7 trillion in market cap. Microsoft is $2.3 million in market cap. They are 5 times bigger than the market capitalization of the largest pharmaceutical company, Eli Lilly. Google is 3 times bigger than Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly, the pharma industry, the biggest pharma company by market cap, is 147 years old. Apple is just 47 years old. Eli Lilly is 147 years old. Despite Apple being 1/3 of the age of Eli Lilly, it is 5 times bigger than Eli Lilly today in market cap. That tells you where the future of the world is, so that you can make up your mind to key into it. Even if you like pharma, approach it as from technology as a pharma tech person. It has never been more true that bachelor's degree that you are going to get means begin again. When you graduate, go and learn tech, in addition to the pharmacy that you have learned. Because during this ASU strike vacation, go and learn a tech skill and begin to build a career that is wider than the pharmaceutical industry. I will pray that 50% of you will move outside the pharmaceutical industry while 50% of you stay back. That is what will be best collectively for the pharmaceutical industry. Because the people who go will come back to be a blessing to the pharmaceutical industry, just as I am talking to you today. Lesson number 9, and we are rounding up. Cram and pour will not prepare you to solve real life business problems. You need to learn critical thinking and problem solving and other skills. Number 9, cram and pour, which is the typical way in which we are trained in pharmacy. And regrettably and sadly, I understand that is what is still continuing. will not make you to learn how to solve real life problems. You need to learn critical thinking and problem solving skills and other skills. Pharmacist Ojo talked about this. The reason why lawyers and engineers tend to do better than pharmacists outside school, after school, is that they learn critical thinking in engineering, in economics, system thinking, much more than we do in terms of crime and poor. Critical thinking, there's a method in terms of how to think. When I was here 10 years ago to the glory of God to speak at the 50th anniversary, I talked about this. The way in which we are taught, those courses where they are teaching case study pedagogy, case study to teach like law, like engineering, people learn problem solving in those kind of case study pedagogy rather than the typical crime and poor that we do in pharmacy school, and it affects what we do later in life. Problem solving, crime and poor pedagogy will not help us. So learn how to solve problems. There's a method about how people think, logic, the kind of things that law students do in Logic 201 before they go to faculty of law. Those are the skills that are needed in life to solve problems. You also learn it even if you are not in the class. You must also have quantitative and numerical skills, communication skills. Lulu talked about this. Creativity. All these skills will prepare you to travel much further in life rather than the crime and poor that we typically have done in the pharmaceutical industry. So, rounding up, just have 3 more minutes. Just these 9 key summaries of the life lessons of my career trajectory. Number 1, life opportunities will not present itself to you the way you expect. You must continuously learn and adaptively learn to take the best advantage of life opportunities. Lesson 2, the opportunities, the challenges, and the crises that career and life will throw at you. Number 3, you must have a high level of curiosity, self and environmental awareness to know emerging opportunities, adapt to them, and ride their waves. Number 4, to continuously learn and adaptively learn, you have to know what you don't know. This is the real superior knowledge, superior to what you don't know. Lesson 5, build adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge and continuously adapt, continuously expand your adjacent knowledge in response to life opportunities. Your adjacent knowledge will become the knowledge bridge that will enable you to cross to new territories. Lesson 6, you cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary and long-term compensation, your pricing as a pharmacist is a function of the size of the pharmaceutical industry, the demand and the supply of pharmacists. Lesson 7, even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, unless you are exposed to business practices and knowledge outside the pharmaceutical industry, you are likely to just be a regular pharmacist. Lesson 8, the technology industry, tech industry is 100 times bigger than pharmaceutical industry and is still growing. The opportunities in technology industry will surpass pharmaceutical industry. Learn technology skills and join the way. It will make you travel further than what pharmaceutical industry will give you. Lesson 9, crime and poor, typical in pharmacy training, will not prepare you to solve real life and business problems. You need to learn critical thinking, problem solving, and other skills to travel far in life. Those are the 9 lessons, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you well, as pharmacy students. Wishing you well, set your vision very far and travel very far when you apply those lessons. Best wishes to you in your career. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, as you listen to that talk by Mr. Oluwakomo, it is now on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type Oluwakomo 68th anniversary of Great Ife Pharmacy. You can listen to it and listen to it and listen to it again. Please, as you are listening to it, remove the word pharmacy. Replace it with your own profession. Are you following me? Remove the word pharmacy because he was talking to pharmacy students. Replace it with your own profession. And quickly, we can say we want to recap all the 9 lessons. The most important thing, or many of them are important, but one of them is the fact that you have to be kinetic. By kinetic, I simply mean you have to be moving. You don't have to stand still. I know a member of our diocese. The young man today, I think, is working with Microsoft. He never had any degree. But because they needed him to have a degree, I think he went to DCL, Distant Learning, in UI to take a degree in psychology. What I'm trying to say in essence is that whatever degree you want to go for it. You need it. Are you with me? Whether you're a medical doctor today, a medical student, a pharmacy student, an engineer, an engineering student, you need that particular degree, okay? Because most of us wants to go to IR 4.0, the Internet of Things. But what I want to let you know is that you don't have to be a computer scientist. You don't have to take a degree in computer science or computer engineering to be in that space. Are you with me? And you heard when you talk about number 8, we have 10 major companies in the world with market capitalization. 7 of them are in the IR 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0. But all of us cannot go to that place. But you can go there and come back. But what I want you to understand is this: any degree you have, look at scan your environment. What can you do? The same thing the man talked about is what happened to me. I was employed in sales and marketing department of Glaxo Wellcome. And I felt, what am I going to do with sales and marketing and pharmacy? I went for my MBA. I'm kinetic. I didn't stop with my Bachelor of Pharmacy. I went for my MBA. Then I was transferred to Benin. Then the issue of internet computer came into being. I went to University of Benin. I picked a diploma in computer science. I came back to Lagos, and I noticed that whatever thing you want to do, it has to be with computer. And I was very much interested. I went further. I picked a degree of master's in computer science. Now, think of it. From there, telecoms came in. When I started working in 1989, there was no GSM. But GSM came in, and I already have my master's. It was like I was prepared for it. I went into GSM. GSM company. So I worked there for 12 years. And during that period, I was still in sales and marketing. But you know what happened? They put me in sales and marketing, and I need to do analysis. Now, most of you will receive text messages on your phone when you finish making a call. Or you receive a call from outside the country. The next thing you receive is that you can call UK, you can call Belgium at a very low rate. Don't you receive that? How do we come about? Those are the kind of work I do. I will do the analysis of your calls. That's over 10 million subscribers. I have to analyze it. I know who you are calling, who is calling you. You appreciate what I'm talking about? And that was how I went to data science. And I found myself in data science and training people in data science today. That is what Mr. Oluwakomi was talking about. He was in Glaxo the same way I was. He went to Society for Family Health. From there, he went to the bank. While he was in the bank, he began to learn about fintech. He moved to fintech. While he was in Glaxo, he was learning about marketing. So what I'm saying in essence is this: whatever thing you want to pursue, pursue it. Many of us may not be able to be a very good graduate in computer engineering or computer science. You may read Yoruba. You may read English literature. It's just the basis, a foundation. Then you begin to build on it anywhere you want to go. And computer is so wide. I'm in data science today. Some people are in cyber security. You can move to that area, but not all of us will go to that place. I know a medical doctor who is doing analysis, data analysis. Once you get to the hospital, you have what they call folder or a card, don't we? Somebody will have to analyze it. That is where I am. So can we take some questions because we don't have too much time? Questions, please. Feel free to ask me any question, please. It's because we don't have enough time. That's why I said, let me play this. Okay? If you're able to pick all the 9 lessons, good. If you're unable to pick all the 9 lessons, please listen to me. Go to YouTube. Type Oluwakomu, Great Ife 68, Great Ife Pharmacy 68th anniversary. You can listen to it and listen to it all over again. It's going to help you a great deal. Okay? Questions, please. The way the president said we should give enough time for questions. Feel free. Oh, you don't have any questions? I can see a hand there. Is that the only hand? Okay, please. Go ahead, please. Let him come. Please come, please come. Come.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, with what we heard now, he's saying that we should move to IT look for IT stuffs and all that. And I'm an IT person, and I would want to make comments that instead of a lot of people think, because I've discussed with a lot of people, and they think that you have to move to IT, like you have to leave agriculture and you enter IT. But you should look for ways that IT can help what you are doing.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, so it's not like, I'm leaving agriculture, bata bata. You should look for ways, if you have a farm, you look for ways that IT can help in your farm, how IT can make your work easier. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. What's your name, please? Thank you very much, Temitope. What Temitope is talking about is what Mr. Oluwakomu talked about. Let me re-emphasize here. Anywhere you find yourself, because the IR 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0, is talking about Internet of Things. So anywhere you find yourself, for you to really move up, for you to differentiate yourself from the crowd, you need to begin to imbibe the Industrial Revolution 4.0 into your work. Even when you are a teacher today, if you are a graduate in any college of education, you should be able to learn how to teach your people with LMS, with Zoom. That's what we're talking about. Are you with me? It's not a situation where you still carry your chalk, the brick and mortar, and you stay in the classroom and think everybody has to come to your classroom to lecture them. You can do it through Zoom and some other thing. That's exactly what we mean. We don't want to go hungry. If you're an agric person, don't leave agric because we need food. You understand? But find a way where the fourth industrial revolution could help you in that particular profession. That was what Mr. Oluwakomi was talking about when it concerns pharmacy. Any further questions, please? Elodie, are you raising your hand? Any other question? Do we all appreciate what Mr. Temitope talked about? So we are not saying you should run away from your microbiology. No. Even if you are a microbiologist, there should be some other ways. If I bring my sample to your lab, do I have to come back for my result physically? You can send it to me. I mean, if you are a lab scientist and I come in to drop samples, when you finish, do I have to come back physically? No. You can send it to me and send it to the doctor. That's what we are saying. We are not saying you should abandon it. If you are in which other profession? Engineering. Rather than taking pen and paper and begin to calculate the load. Do we have engineering students here? Raise up your hand. You remember when you calculate the load of this building, how do you want to do the roof? Do you have to take pen and paper? You can go into IT and sort some software. And I want to ask, somebody asked me a question this morning. If you are in IT and you know how to do programming, can you think about it? I don't know whether there is software already. Cooperative society. Are you aware whether they have softwares? Cooperative societies. We have a lot of them. Okay? You can even start from DYD. Computerize your DYD. Have your CV on DYD site. Okay? So if I'm looking for somebody to work with me, I will only go to DYD site and pick your CV and give you a call. DYD, do you have a site? You have a site. You have the data analysis of your people. You need to have it. How many of them are reading medicine? How many of them are reading pharmacy? How many of them are working in Google? Those who have left. How many of them are working in Microsoft? So you can use that to link up other people. Are you following me? We have people who are in DYD in our diocese who have left us. They are in diaspora. You need to have their CV so you can go online, check them, then talk to them. Oh, I want you to mentor me. Okay? I'm a pharmacy student. You are a pharmacist. You are working with United Nations. I want you to mentor me. Let's start from DYD. Have a site. Have all your CV there. Update it. That's what we're talking about because we are an industrial revolution 4.0. Whether you do soil science, you do veterinary medicine, you do human medicine, you do biology, you do education, you do pharmacy, you need the internet. Are you following me? You need it. So DYD, we are challenging you by this time next year. Let's have your website, have the base of your current DYD and those in diaspora. Let them be mentored by those in diaspora so that we help them. Okay, any further question?
If you have questions that you are not able to ask directly, please write them in pieces of paper and pass them to us over here. Mr. Sopeju is very much available to answer those questions. If you cannot raise your hand now, or you cannot ask those questions now, after now, bring those questions to us. We'll pass them to you. If you need any certification in any IT programs that Mr. Sopeju's company run, please reach out. Don't keep quiet. Let us know if you need any certification. You want to take a training, you want to take a course, please reach out. We'll pass you to him. He will enroll you for those programs and you can get your certifications. His academy connects with the global certifications bodies. Do you understand? It is very difficult for you to get the global certification directly, but they can help you to serve as a leverage, as a ladder, as a bridge to those global certifications. Do we all understand? Any other question? Please jam your hands together for Mr. Sopeju.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
If you're clapping, you can do better. If you are clapping, you can actually do better. Thank you so much, sir, for that powerful teaching. And it's our prayer that the Lord will continue to bless you in the name of Jesus. Say better, amen. What is the next program? You say what? That's what you have there, right?